Okay, so looking around for things to do, I've also been like staring at my RG35XX for a while, and Garlic OS hasn't been updated for it for quite a bit. So I've also wanted to explore different OS options per se for it. And so what I am thinking about doing is messing around with Koriki on it, because a few of the other OS options don't seem that good or clear, and Koriki OS is a lot clearer in its setup steps right now, and it's quick, easy, and yeah. So first thing we've got to do, I've already downloaded the files here for it. So we've got our Koriki image and everything else, and our setup files otherwise, which we will get into, because what I've got to do is I've got to flash 1.0 to the SD card, and I've got an Raspberry Pi SD card that came with the Raspberry Pi kit put in because it's small, and I've got a bigger one that can be used otherwise. So we're just going to go with a do as DD, and then we are going to pick on dev SDA, and we are going to go with our Koriki. No. Okay. So yeah, it is lowercase. Tab completion is case sensitive, it seems, but so it's kind of a small-ish download per se. Let me double check what it was compressed to download. It was 1.2 gig. No, that's the zip. The image itself was 800, almost 900 megabytes overall. And I didn't look at the size of it decompressed, but yeah. So we are going to... I've currently got Garlic OS on my RG35XX. And I am hoping that it won't totally kill everything by switching it around, because I've already got a secondary SD card with a bunch of ROMs on it that I am using that has been in this thing since forever, basically. At least it feels like, but yeah. And it still runs pretty well. I like the overclocking and the underclocking in Garlic OS that lets me preserve battery as I need it, mostly for like those Game Boy Color games, and then bump it up to the normal speed for like Game Boy Advance and SNES, or overclock it as needed, possibly for PS1 and some SNES games, but yeah. We just gotta get this all put together and allow my background to transition between things. Okay, so it has finally finished. What I was thinking about doing is moving these update files over, but I think what I want to do first is make sure that all the partitions are properly expanded. So I've removed the Garlic OS SD card from my RG35XX. But one thing I need to do is, let's do an LSBLK. Cool. We've got 3 partitions on there. And what I think I want to do is actually, I'm going to double check that, let's see, I've got no file managers open that are going to try and mount the SD card, because it would have happened already if there were. I put that, 32 gigabyte SD card in? Yeah. My Garlic OS SD card for this is 64 gigabytes, and I've still got the stock OS SD card that came with it, and all the ROMs therefrom, so I'm inserting my ROMs SD card because RG35XX supported 2 SD cards. I'm looking at the SP because I like the clamshell of the SP and a couple other things, but yeah. So we are going to open up PCman FM. We are going to make sure our SUD card. So we have no system folder that it talks about, it looks like. It's just ROMs, BIOSes, and saves. So here are all of our saves from here. FFmpeg has no saves on it. Gambit has all of our saves there. It's going to be behind on some of these saves, but it's going to be fine. Let's double check our... Yeah, some of these should be fine. So, yeah, you can see what core everything uses. Content history LPL. Let me go mess with that real quick. Open with LeafPad. Or is it? There are some things on the list that haven't cleared out. Maybe. Okay. Never mind. Oh, wait, that's probably straight in. Yeah, that's pretty nifty. So, that was something. Screenshots, none. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that, it doesn't look like. So I'm going to insert that SD card back in. So Koriki relies on Batocera for its stuff. So we are going to go to an emerging camera. Wow. Okay, cool. So we're going to turn that on. It's going to boot up. I love the quality of this camera. Okay, so that makes me happy seeing that, honestly. It's been a while. I might have to save all the games that are in save states on Garlic OS or just restart everything. There are some games where I've been thinking about restarting, but anyway. Okay. Master System. I mean, it's definitely something. So what we're going to do is we're going to appearance. So that's actually pretty easy. So we're going to go back to our desktop now. Going to pop that SD card out. And we're going to make noises with our mic as we do. So that's going to traipse up a whole bunch of stuff. So if we go to share, Batorcera is the one that we want. We go into downloads. We go to our, is it, yep, right there. So this one, copy Batorcera, paste, and we're going to apply this to everything and overwrite. It's 2 gigs of data. Holy cow. So it should have expanded everything to be as big as it needed. So, yeah. So it finished with errors of certain things not having enough space. But we're going to try anyway and see what happens. We slap the SD card back in for Batocera. And then we bring back our emerging camera. We turn that on. Look for the light. And then everything boots up. And yeah. Don't worry, my hand is totally fine, okay? It looked like it was doing fine. It worked fine just a second ago. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, give me 2 seconds to figure out what is going on with this thing. Okay, I think I have redeemed it. So we are going to, once again, boot up. I put the card in. I know I did. There we go. Gosh. So Batorcera did copy over this time. So it should start up anytime now. Huzzah. Okay. I like this a lot better. East, south, northwest. Start, select, up, down, left, right. Wait, I need left shoulder, right shoulder. Okay. Left trigger, right trigger. So pretty simple setup. So I like that So this is actually pretty cool. So if I go into menu here, this is basically Batocera itself. So it's the full experience rather than what I got before, it looks like, which is actually really, really nice. So I don't think this one has stuff for Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So I've got to remember my Xbox layouts is what it is set up to be at this point. So let's go into Game Boy, just for kicks. So I can shoulder button. Let me just pick a random one. It'll go into it. Volume is all the way up, so I can drop that a little bit. And if I hit, do I need to hit? Okay, yep, start and select at the same time. It's got a lot of cool things to it. Having it on this device, I think Garlic OS still has benefits over it due to the... Oh. What is it? I'm trying to think. Garlic OS has advantages due to overclocking and underclocking and battery power, but yes. Did I do my north and south wrong? I may have. Yes, launch it. Oh, it's not got... Nah, that's dumb. Anyway, yeah, I've got the BIOS files, but they're not set up. So anyway, that's Batocera on the RG35XX. It's draining battery like a beast, though. So that's going to be something to look out for. So what you can do is quit, shut down system, really shut down, yes. And all we are going to do once it turns off is... I said shut down, not restart, you dingus. Fast shutdown, yes. Okay, you're not listening. Well, okay, give me a second while I... So, force shut off. Okay, again, force shut off. Try that trick again. I dare ya. It's cool when it works out really well. Not gonna lie. We're going to... Sweet. Gonna make sure that we're on the right one. We're gonna take our SD card with Garlic OS installed on it, pop it back in. Wait for our fancy light to turn on, because it sometimes takes a second. There's our boot screen that I customized myself, meaning we're on the, look at that bar. Boom. Oh wait, wrong one. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're underclocked. I gotta charge this sucker up, but I think I prefer this honestly over Batocera at this point. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.